You're now reacting to NCT U and their song Baggy Jeans off of their 4th album, Golden Age. The song encapsulates the freedom and confidence felt when wearing a pair of baggy jeans. They sing, "Get out of my way, vroom, 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 feel this heat, that fire emoji, bass pulling my pants down."
Wow.
Pardon?
Very specific way.
I feel like I can do whatever I wish. The song is composed by Bryce Fox, Griff Clausen, Jurek, Run Namaki, Jin by Jin, Bobby Lewis, Cassiopeia, and Anne Judith Stokvik.
Put my baggy jeans on. I don't do it ready, get set, go.
This video is brought to you by you, our supporters on Patreon. Patreon is a place where viewers like you can support us and also gain access to exclusive content, like extra reactions to both old and new K-pop songs, early access to every React to the K video, and even a weekly podcast. I do remember, now that you bring that up, I DM'd the producer about this. I'm like, bro! That part is so sick. We also started a new series where we'll be ranking every song in an artist's discography. Endless things to analyze, because as I was re-listening, I'm like, oh, I could talk about this, I could talk about this, I could talk about this, and therefore, oh, it's S tier for me.
Really? It's C tier for me.
Whoa! If you want to become a patron to help our channel grow and to gain access over 1,000 exclusive videos, head to patreon.com/reacttothek or click on the link in the description. Thank you to all of you who already support us. We really couldn't do this without you. And now, back to the video. When you hear the title Baggy Jeans, what kind of like sound are you picturing?
That sound. Baggy
Rap.
jeans.
90s hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
777 by Silk Sonic.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, but slower. We'll see what pops up. Baggy jeans. Zip.
Oh my god!
This was not what I was expecting.
No, not at all.
It is cool though.
This reminds me of their debut song.
Yeah.
They're just shirtless wearing baggy jeans.
We love the pop culture reference in the song that sounds a little retro.
Oh, they just like got rid of the bass for a bit. That's so cool.
Ooh, I like that harmony there. And they have some flams, and it's getting faster.
Whoa, the buildings are changing. Kind of like the members of NCTU.
Oh,
Baggy jeans.
Is that Taeyong?
this is so silly.
Ooh, and then it's a different
That's kind of laid back.
More
not
vocal fry.
Oh, that triplet over the. Ah, I hear that. Yeah.
The octave is lower than their pants.
They're really brave for taking all that space.
I love how minimalistic the instrumental is.
Yeah.
Oh! I like the minor in there. That's nice. Wow. Oh, okay, yeah, I like this.
So now it's changing.
Ooh, I like that. The melody.
I like this
cute.
part more than the beginning part.
Where did this come from? It suddenly doesn't sound like the urban throwback anymore. Wow. Oh my god, the jeans themselves.
Okay. Okay.
CGI jeans.
Whoa, that vocal harmony? That's so different.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bridge.
Wow. Dreamy.
That's cool.
What is that a plum?
What?
Is that a cue ball?
What is going on?
Man.
It looks like a century egg.
Woo!
It's like the whole song was swinging, and now they're dupeling.
There's some spoons in the background. You hear that? No, it's like a clave. I need to listen to that again.
Oh wait, the swing is gonna come back.
just gonna, yeah.
What?
Whoa.
Weird modulation.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, it's like falling apart. This is cool.
Dude, the audacity they have to change that key like that. Holy shit.
The greatest thing about this key change is usually a key change is to showcase the singer's voice. This one does not even do, it's just there. What?
Dude, what a freaking wild ride.
Goodness gracious.
My God, what is K-pop doing?
That is sick. Wow.
This is definitely a way cooler baggy jeans than I thought.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Also, like baggy, like they know it's kind of like cringy, but like it's like a little cheesy.
But they embrace it.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
In American music, you might expect baggy jeans, and in the singing in the verses, we've kind of an industry sound is to use a lot of autotune because that's the kind of sound here. But this is like they're still singing really brilliantly, and like a lot of the vocals are sometimes like doubled an octave above or below. So there's still like a really rich sound in between everything that makes it like it really feels like a polished work
Yes.
rather than just like let's just make some goofy something. Like there's a lot of intention put into it, which I think for me makes it feel like it's well executed and just a silly concept to play off of.
But like I feel like it's like it has to be a certain vibe for you. You can't just like, oh yeah, this came on shuffle, I'm gonna listen to some like Don Quixote right now. It's like you have to go looking for it, you know? You have to be in that vibe to be a little bit overwhelmed, and I think that this song, you kind of have to want to be a little bit overwhelmed to listen to it, I think.
What is overwhelming about this song?
Texture changes. Weird harmonic changes.
It was just the shock factor from I thought I was going to see a crotch, but it was a person's face. So I was like,
and he was being
okay.
teabagged.
Was it?
Yeah.
You know, I haven't felt that in a while. I think right from the beginning, there's something, like you can tell the song is onto something. And I think if I did not hone in on how retro and the 5-1, just da 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 da, you know, the first verse and the chorus had a lot to do with that in the baggy jeans. And if I didn't hone in on like that style, I don't even think I would have noticed that the second verse was different. Whoa, oh, it's different. It's not 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4.
I think form is huge in this. Like it helps everything kind of flow smoothly. I like how everything was placed in terms of, you know, just setting up the atmosphere, pre-chorus, chorus. I like the dance break, perfectly done. Like everything was like a 10 for me, perfectly executed.
Harmonically, I do enjoy that.
The minor thing they were doing.
Yeah. Well, I just like how they had like a bunch of dense synths kind of in the mid-range, and then when it gets up to the chorus, that all kind of drops out, and you just have the really low bass that you can barely hear.
Yeah.
Musically, I really liked when they did repeat baggy jeans. It wasn't quantized. They were kind of laid back with the rhythm, which I think fits the imagery of sagging jeans. You know, like baggy jeans. It just makes you really feel like, whoa, are they gonna get off tempo? But they never do. It's just slightly laid back, or it's really hard laid back.
I don't know how they did it. It's like perfect, like the rhythm. Like imagine if the chorus baggy, like if it's like quantized and right on the grid. Oh my god, that would sound absolutely terrible.
Baggy jeans. Versus,
Yeah, oh my god. Baggy jeans. Like, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It is like baggy vibes.
Yeah.
Baggy.
It's like very low.
And can we also talk why like the initial drop sounds so cool? You went in a little bit into like the 3/2 feel or something like that.
Yeah, actually, it's not even it's not a 3/2. It's literally a 3/4 because they're going da 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 in that, and then baggy, kind of, but like swung.
Yeah, I think that was pretty close to what they were doing.
Yeah, that type of vibe. It really just adds as like, because a lot of times a polyrhythm can feel like tension or jarring, but in this it just actually feels like groove.
Yeah.
Probably because of the swung 16th, if I
Yeah.
decide.
Also the dance break in there, that was wild.
Oh yeah, it goes from swung to duple. That's very, very important.
Why is that important?
Because the chorus was swung. And then, I don't know, when you hear the dance break go, you feel sort of like, it sounds a lot more industrial. It's almost like, ooh, the rise of the machines. It's like, ooh, it's there for, it's fitting for a dance break because suddenly you can look at everyone's moves and how all the moves synchronize. If it's like a swung one, I don't know, you're still grooving with the song, but it brings the attention to the dance more, I feel like.
The 30-second notes also just add as like, they just add like a little bit of ornamentation almost to the, it's cool. And it's also, I think it's very telling, like the power of what a drum beat can do, because that would sound like musical, like hogwash if it wasn't for the fact that in the background you got going. So you can have like these crazy just all over the place grooves, and it still like feels like it's grounded, you know.
And then the final chorus, I had a dancer friend tell me that the first two drops with this kind of feel, they got down with it, but the last drop they felt something was, you even said you felt like it was falling apart.
But I meant that in a good way. It's rhythmic dissonance at its best use.
How does it change from these first two drops?
It was like a key.
They changed it to C.
I think it's done in a way that it's hard to describe what the impact is that it has on you, but it just turns into C minor. It's like somehow we're building up back to this key. We're expecting this key, this key, this key, and then it goes baggy. And that extra C makes it sound like an assault to the senses.
Like the beat like is more complex as well.
Rhythmically crazy.
And I think it's just because there's like little breaks in between everything and like all the layers. But I like how their clothes are changing. I think that's like a great visual for what's going on here.
Dun, 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 like
That
in the
synth
back.
part.
Yeah, the synth part. Like, cause that's like not laid back. So like that with like the laid back baggy, it causes this like interesting like clash thing, and it still keeps going. There's this like shift that like keeps going, and then it kind of like matches the video because like something's like happening to their pants.
I think there's a lot more going on in terms of the layered vocals that I can hear.
Like the baggy is it's like almost a chord now. I feel like before it was just like one note that they were singing.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like multiple notes doing the same thing.
In the first instance, there wasn't really harmony.
Let me listen again to the original chorus. Yeah, this is so bare, which makes the last chorus feel all the more richer, you know, because you've got the percussions from the dance break layered back in. You've got, I don't know whose, but some very nice voice layering.
Are they dragging it on purpose? Do you hear that? Like the third instance right here.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. It's like a little like, yeah, they're getting freer with the rhythm then.
The beat's dragging like their pants. Am I killing you guys?
Because both parts of that polyrhythm are equally important. It's not just baggy, 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 as like the underlying over wop, 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 or kind of like that takes the forefront sometimes. Everything is equally in the forefront, which makes it just feel like it's just like going crazy. It feels like almost drunk at points, but in like a really cool way. Like if the whole song was like that, I'd be like, this is kind of trashy, but it was like just for 4 beats. Like it was literally 4 beats of like, what is happening? And then they pause, womp, 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 and then came back in with like, I guess more consonant kind of rhythmic use. But it's, I thought that was super sick. I would put that on my playlist.
I like how that weird tinker like sound is still in there.
You know what's throwing me off is the fact that those chorus voices are the same pitch as the bass. So it sounds like a sub bass under the voices. What the
Ooh.
Tune in next week for NCT 127 Skinny Jeans.